What's up, everyone? In this video I want to answer a question of whether or not you need specialized knowledge or general balanced knowledge in order to succeed in life or make money. And there's other ways of phrasing this question. Another one is, should I be a jack of all trades, or should I be someone who is just really, really good at one thing? So here's my conclusion after, being in self-development and studying, thousands of people and being in this field for a very long time, and, studying all sorts of successful people, billionaires, millionaires, and then studying people who have studied these people for decades, like Napoleon Hill, who, thanks to his connections with Andrew Carnegie, he was able to study 500 of the wealthiest people in the world, including Henry Ford and Carnegie, as well as many others, Rockefeller, for 20 plus years. So what is my conclusion from all this, as well as just observing human nature as it is? As of right now, it's subject to change, but it's pretty ironclad so far. It's still, I'm still leaving room for doubt. So this could change, this could be wrong. But based off what I've found so far, the conclusion seems to be that for acquiring wealth, you want specialized knowledge that is applied. For succeeding in life, you kind of have to be, pretty good. You don't have to be the best in the field like you might have to with specialized knowledge, but you want to be pretty good in multiple areas. So let me just elaborate on that. What does that mean? By the way, check out this cool t-shirt, Superman t-shirt. Anyhow, specialized knowledge. For wealth, you really need something that's not generalized, especially when you are trying to do that as a skill. So if you're just like generalized, usually you're not really that good at this or that. And if you're a jack of all trades, it usually falls apart, because in such a highly competitive world, do you want the guy who can moderately do all these different things kind of well? Or do you want the guy who's like really, really good at one thing, whether it's programming or sales or hiring or something else? So it kind of makes sense. And that jack of all trades type thing, I don't even know if it was ever a case where you could really become wealthy. I mean, even back in the days where everyone just lived in a town, you had the blacksmiths, and they devoted a decade of their life to learning that craft. So that's that as far as making money. But making money alone doesn't necessarily mean that you are successful in terms of your whole life, although people will make it seem like it is. You could be really wealthy but fail at a lot of different areas of your life. So in terms of life success, there needs to be a certain level of balance. Yes, wealth will account for a lot of things, but it doesn't solve a lot of problems. There's a lot of wealthy people who fail at dating. I've seen it, and there's plenty of stories online about rich people who still suck with women. And then there's, it's kind of like a multi-dimensional problem, because one aspect of that is fashion. A lot of really rich people, they still are horrible at fashion. And it's another failed assumption. You assume that if you're rich, you automatically can just buy all the clothes you want. Some people, they do, but they still suck at choosing those clothes. So they just don't have the common sense to get like a fashion expert to help them, or whatever it is. So that's another element to it. But more importantly, other than just dating, there's all sorts of other fields. There's your family relationships, your relationships with other people. There's wealthy people who suck in terms of making friends, or, having good relationships with their family and their spouse and their relatives, in terms of, being there. Some people make a lot of money, but they're never home, and then their children get neglected, and that compounds out to adulthood, and their child now has daddy issues or something else like that. So that's another thing, family life. So I think the major categories for balance in terms of life success, though, are usually just general happiness. Then there's family and relationships. Then there's health, and then there's dating if you don't have a family yet, And a lot of these areas can compound and help each other. So health is obviously, I say any more? There's thousands of studies, all this content online sharing and explaining to you how health, if you don't know, can affect your happiness, your productivity, your energy levels. A lot of science backing that up. And as far as uh, fashion, there's actually been science and tests done on how fashion not only helps you with your dating life on how you present yourself, but also in terms of your career development and wealth. They've done tests and experiments with how well you dress and how many sales a salesman can close. It's just how it is. If you're put together, people assume that other areas of your life are put together, and that's generally speaking, whether or not it's true, sometimes it is. Like if you're late to work consistently, you can probably infer that this person has other areas of his career that are screwed up. So, in conclusion, in terms of wealth accumulation, you want to have specialized knowledge in a specific area. You want to be really, really good at one thing, and of course, related fields can help. Um, an example would be you're really good at martial arts, like Bruce Lee, or you're really good at basketball or any other sport like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or LeBron James. However, you bring in related areas to help you with that specialized skill while still specializing. So, all of those people I just mentioned, especially Bruce Lee, they've applied related areas of knowledge to furthering their specialization. So, for Bruce, it was learning about kinesthetics and just efficiency of the body and physics rather than what everyone before him did in martial arts, which is just rely on the practice. He studied a lot of physics and applied that to his skills and innovated in terms of creating new martial arts. And again, if you look at business people like Warren Buffett or Charlie Munger, they've done similar things in terms of applying science, psychology, human biology, natural selection, evolution to business practices, because businesses, at the end of the day, they're completely made by humans. It's a human to human interaction. So that applies. But their specialization was in business. That's how they used it. Uh, as far as, again, general life success, there's multiple areas, as I mentioned. And, let's say you're just good at one, wealth. Uh, I mean, let's just be frank. I'm sure you know someone or you've heard of someone who's really rich, but he's failed at a lot of other areas of life. Or he's really good at one thing for whatever reason. Maybe this guy's really handsome or good looking, but a lot of other things just don't add up or it doesn't translate over. So, in terms of life success,